Hello. So anyway, I was mowing yesterday. This is a Ryobi electric riding mower. I think it's model number RY48112.
Yeah.
It's got the 100 amp hour battery. I've been really happy with this mower, and it's been a great investment, really low maintenance, but I did run into my first problem yesterday. I hit a stump and stopped the mower for a second. Then I continued to mow. Everything was fine. Near the end, got into some tall grass, and the mowers stopped turning. And did a little research last night, and looks like it could be something with one of the mower control modules. I just got off the phone with Ryobi, and their tech was pretty helpful. He sent me some documents. Probably not supposed to do that really, but I'm a pretty technical guy, and after talking to him, I think he felt comfortable. But I'm going to run some tests, and we're going to find out whether it's the deck electric motors, the two motors, or it's one of the control modules. To get access to the deck and the control modules is pretty simple. The tools that you're going to need for this job is just a digital multimeter and a Torx 30 to get access to these modules down here. I'm going to drop the deck down, cleaned off the area as best as I could. This area in here was full of grass when I took this panel off. It was just held together by the Torx 30 nuts. But yeah, there was a lot of grass in here, so something to take note of, because all that grass and stuff that gets packed in here causes heat retention, which can damage electronics. I do work in the electronics field, so I know a little bit about this stuff. But anyway, yeah, pretty easy to access. These are the modules in question, or the actual motor itself, which I don't think is the problem. I suspect it's one of these. From my understanding, this is the main module, and this is the slave module, or vice versa. I think this is the slave, but either way, I think if one goes, the whole setup doesn't work. You don't get one blade spinning and not the other. First thing we're going to test is the deck motor. I just wanted to show you this connection. These are watertight connections, and there's O-rings and other things, but little tight area to get to, and you can see how I'm taking these apart with two wrenches, kind of tight spot, but and they're pretty tight, fairly tight. So just wanted to show that. So the first test is measuring the ohms, the resistance on the deck motors. So all you do, it's you take your digital multimeter leads, and you go back and forth between these. You put one on one, one on the other, and you rotate and do, different combinations. And you're looking for resistance. This tested out good. It was all 0. There was no resistance. So I think this motor is fine. It said nominal resistance was like 0.1 ohms or something like that, but I'm not finding anything unusual. So I think this particular deck motor is fine, and I'll just check the other one too. Okay, so to test the actual control module, which is this particular one, this is the main, and this is the slave, I think. You test on the same connection that I just did for the drive, but on the controller side, and it's the same thing. You put it on resistance and check, and it said the number should be consistent between the two as you test around. You just put the red wire in one, the black in the other, and then kind of switch it up and do different configurations. But anyway, so my resistance for all of them was about 18. It was somewhere like high 17s, all very close, like 17.9, 18. And the document that I got does not reference that, but the video that I watched from another guy doing this test referenced that 18 should be normal. So I think that module is fine. And it does say on the thing, look for the same reading across the 3 pins. So everything appears to be good. So now we're going to try the other one on the other side, which the other video I watched was the issue. So maybe I have the same issue. Maybe this slave controller is suspect to failure. Don't know. We'll find out. Okay, this is a view from the other side. I just tested the motor here. It's fine. Ohms readings were consistent. But I went to test the slave controller module, and I think I might have found the problem, which the other video I watched from someone on YouTube had the same exact problem with the same readings that I got. So I'm hoping that I found the issue, but what I did was I checked the resistance, and across one of the two here, it was reading 18, which is what I got from the other module, which appears to be good. But when I did the other one, it was only like 9. So I'm like, okay, there's a red flag. I think that is probably the issue. I probably fried the slave module when I was getting into some deeper grass, overheated something, and I'm hopeful that is the issue. I'm gonna respond to the Ryobi technician and tell him what I found, and luckily this thing's got a 3-year warranty. I'm at like 2.5 years, so it should be covered, and he said he would mail out the replacement once I found it. So I think I'm on the right track. But as always, you know, if you are not the kind of person that's comfortable with electricity or things like this, take it to a service center, let the experts handle it. But I suspect if you're watching do-it-yourself videos, you're probably like me. You fix things and try to do things on your own, save some money. So good luck. Okay, so I talked to tech support at Ryobi. They mailed me a new controller, which I'm currently removing. This one is just held on by 4 hex screws, and you'll see the connections are covered, so you have to remove this. And then if you see on the new one, they're color coded, so you just are going to match up the colors and replace it. Well, hopefully it works. And while I had this view, I just wanted to say how simple these mowers are, which is something that I really appreciate. I've had this for 2.5 years, and literally all I've done to it is sharpen the blades one time. There's no belts, there's no oil, there's no gas, fuel, whatever. I plug it in. It takes maybe like an hour or 2 to charge, and I am able to mow my grass twice with 1 full charge, and my yard is 0.6 acre, so it's just over 1/2 an acre. And other than this little mishap, which I think is partially my own doing from pushing it a little too hard, I've been totally happy with this mower and its simplicity, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. Okay, got the new unit installed. Took me about 20 minutes, really easy. Just taping up stuff, no big deal. Let's try it out. Just have to put the panel back on.